Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Have you ever wondered what would happen if some champions didn't have limits? I mean, if you've played this game even for a bit, you must have wondered what happens if we ramp up champions beyond their normal cap. And that is what we're here today to find out. How far can we push certain champions if they no longer had a limit? I will also be ignoring damage caps, because then we would just hit the damage cap and that wouldn't be fun. There are 3 champions that we're going to have a look at today. Starlord and the damage increase from his signature ability, Guillotine 2099 and the red damage at 100 hits or more, and finally Wasp and her special 3 damage. Jumping right in then with Starlord, his signature ability gives him additional base damage for each hit on the combo meter. It isn't much, but it really stacks up over time. The numbers I'm using here are for non-critical light attacks, and I sampled them from the Slayer of Gods video on Starlord's max damage, so thanks him for that. I'll link it down below. This is a 6-star rank 5 Starlord. At 50 hits, we are hitting for 3,743, but at 100 hits, we are now doing 6,133. By the time we've got to 400 hits, or Starlord's normal maximum, each non-crit light attack is dealing 20,833 damage. Not bad, but let's keep this going. At 500 hits, we would now be dealing 25,739. At 750 hits, we'll be dealing 37,962. And at 1,000 hits, the damage would be at about 50,184. On a really large combo of 10,000 hits, each hit would be dealing 490,185 damage. At the highest combo I've ever seen, also by Slayer of Gods in 2020, of 100,000, each non-critical light attack from Starlord would be dealing 4,890,195 damage. Take a second to think about what that would mean. Again, assuming no damage caps, that one non-critical light attack would be enough to take out the first 3 Labyrinth of Legends bosses stacked on top of each other. Red Hulk, Old Man Logan, and Elektra all down in one non-critical light attack. Just ridiculous. Let's dial it back a little bit though. We can also work out the combo required to one-shot certain bosses or to cross certain damage thresholds. So let's have a look at that. To hit 10,000 damage on each non-critical light attack, we would need a combo of only 179. Really not too bad. This is probably the reason that Starlord isn't allowed to carry his combo from fight to fight, as the damage would get very big, very quickly. For 100,000 damage on each hit, we need a combo of 2019, and to hit the big 1 million damage on each hit, this Starlord would need a combo of 20,429. So a little bit out of your regular reach. In order to one-shot some bosses though, we're going to need a big combo. If you could enter a fight with 11,178 hits on the combo meter, you'd be able to take out Realm of Legends Winter Soldier in just one tap. A pretty good potion farming option for sure. Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk and Starlord need 31,842 and 69,203 hits respectively, and the Abyss of Legends Collector would need a massive 86,184 hits for the one shot. But that's still slightly less painful than fighting him normally. Starlord is pretty good, but what about his updated version, Guillotine 2099? She gains additional red damage for each hit on her combo meter above 100, capping out at normally at 600 hits, where the energy damage is 43,487. Certainly good, but let's remove that limit. She does need 99 hits to ramp up first, and so the question has to be asked, will she scale better than Starlord, or will this be her downfall? Well, the first energy damage is at hit number 100, and this is a meager 87. But that quickly goes up. Again, this is on a 6-star rank 5 Guillotine 2099. At 250 hits on the combo meter, she's already hit an impressive 13,137 additional damage. Her actual hits will also be doing about 1,500-ish damage, but that isn't where her main damage comes from, so we'll be ignoring it. We're only looking at the additional red damage. By the time you get to 1,000 hits, the bonus damage is already up to 78,387, with a single combo and special 2 dealing just over 1,000,000 damage. 2,500 hits would give us an additional 208,887 damage, with 10,000 hits giving 861,387. The big 100,000 combo would come with an extra 8,691,387 energy damage. So it looks like she ramps up much faster than Starlord when he doesn't crit. On critical hits though, he would overtake her, but of course he doesn't crit on every hit. Factoring in the crit chance, they actually turn out to be extremely close, with Starlord on average hitting light attacks for about 8 million damage, with Guillotine only being slightly ahead of that by just 8%. Really close. So how much do we need to one-shot some bosses with Gilly? Well, for Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, we need 6,396 hits, with Labyrinth of Legends Red Hulk and Starlord needing 18,008 hits and 39,002 hits. For some Abyss fights, Iron Man Infinity War needs 30,609, and the Abyss of Legends Collector requires 48,545 hits. And if you're enjoying this video, please ramp up that like button. However, when it comes to really big ramped up damage, these two don't even come close to today's winner, Wasp. She gains additional special 3 damage for each hit on her combo meter, and this actually isn't capped, but let's see how far we can push it anyway. At 100 hits, it already hits for a decent 59,498 damage, but it takes only another 90 hits before we cross the 100,000 mark. At 500 hits, we manage 240,350 damage, and at 1,000 hits, we already hit a very nice 466,415 damage. 10,000 hits gives us a special 3 coming in at 4,535,585 damage, and the big 100,000 combo leaves us with a staggering 45,227,285 damage. Just think about that for a second. One special 3 is enough to one-shot the entire Labyrinth of Legends Easy Path and Maestro. Oh, and this is just a 6-star rank 3? I can't find a single person that's got a 6-star rank 5 Wasp anywhere, so if you've got a friend or one yourself, please do let me know and I will happily rerun the numbers just to see how nutty she would be. As a side note, Wasp's special 2 Petrify also scales with combo meter, and at 100,000 hits it would reverse just willpower healing so fast it would completely drain any champion's health pool in about 80 milliseconds. For context, the duration of a short blink is about 100 milliseconds, and a fast human reaction speed is about 300 milliseconds. If you weren't prepared for this to happen, all the target's health would be gone nearly 4 times over before you even noticed. I'm sure that others have thought about this sort of thing before, but I honestly couldn't find anything else about it, so I thought I'd just do it myself. And this is the sort of question I have floating around in my head when I try and go to sleep. Do let me know if you found this interesting, and I'm happy to continue this with other odd questions, like what would happen if certain champions could have persistent charges up to 999, like Aegon? What would Corvus Glaive look like with 999 cruelties? How much damage would a perk, Apocalypse, or Professor X do with 999 charges? Or other limited things in the game, such as Dr. Doom's Furies or Null's Armor Breaks. I also have a Discord server, so please go and join that. It's a great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and as long as I'm awake, I'm there to help. If you have any questions, please do leave them below, and please do all the YouTube stuff. Thank you, and I will see you next time.